Okay, so hey guys. Um it has been a while. No, it hasn't. It's probably been like a few weeks. Yeah, so recently I just turned 18. Yeah, I'm finally an adult now. I don't know how to handle that information, but I'm finally an adult now, and I'm finally old enough to I don't know. Like I don't know what adults do now. Taxes or something? I don't know. Fuck no. But why I'm making this video is kind of to just address a few things and talk about a few things. For starters, my uploading schedule is whack. It's inconsistent. I am not uploading as consistently as I used to. Normally, it would be twice a week where a video would come out, or three times a week if we're all lucky. Nowadays, they're coming out inconsistently, gaps in between videos. And to tell you the truth, the reason behind that is because of a few things. One, school is kicking my ass. And two, I've been feeling really unmotivated. My depression kind of creeps in and out, and I hate having to use that as an excuse because I know regardless work has to get done, but it's just the truth. It does not excuse it, but it does explain a lot of the things. The motivation factor is just not there. My mind wants me to upload videos, but my body is unable to sometimes move out of the bed sometimes. And yeah, it kind of sucks sometimes having it because all I can really do is just smile and wave because, quite frankly, sometimes it feels like nobody really gives a fuck about your problems. And the way how my brain works, sometimes I tend to neglect myself in place of others, which in hindsight, I probably shouldn't be doing because that shit will fuck me up and cause my mind to break way faster than if I was just taking care of myself. But yeah, I'm trying my best not to like cry in front of this video camera. Yeah, because I don't want to. I know y'all would understand, but I just don't want to. But it's really just been a lot, actually. It's been a lot on my mind, and a lot of things have taken a toll on my mind. Things I wish that didn't take a toll, but they just kind of do. Yeah. But that's kind of not the reason by the video. Well, it's part of the reason why I made the video. If you've seen the title, you see the sidebar that says no more excuses. So that's kind of what that's about. So, what do I mean by no more excuses? For the longest while, I have been. Okay. For the longest while, I have been making a lot of excuses for myself behind why I don't do certain things, why I'm the way I am. And I realize that if I continuously keep making excuses, y'all are going to eventually stop listening to me and y'all just won't buy the excuses anymore. And that's not just in relation to y'all as an audience, it's just in relation to every facet of life. There's only so much times you can make excuses for yourself until eventually people stop listening to your excuses, because eventually people grow tired, they grow weary, and they don't want to hear what the fuck you have to say because that's just not you. And that's just not something that you want to do. I don't even know what's making that noise anymore. Yeah, I kind of want to just stop making excuses for myself. Depression is always going to stay. That's never going to change. I'll be fine for a while, but sometimes I just won't be. However, I can't let it impede my life like this. Between the depression, the anxiety, the ADHD running through my veins sometimes, I can't let it always impede my life, because eventually letting that stuff impede your life and dictate everything. I still can't believe I'm sick. Jesus. Letting that stuff impede your life and letting it stop you from doing what you have to do does way more harm than good. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take a step back, take some time to yourself. Say to people why, hey, I can't do this or that. That's completely fine. Where it gets to a point is when you consistently keep using it, but you're not actively trying to get better. For years, I just haven't been doing that. For years, I have been making excuses for myself, and in all honesty, I get tired of hearing them too. I am not saying, and again, to reiterate, I am not saying no one can't have their problems. I'm not saying you can't take some time to yourself. I'm not saying that low-key life ain't hard. It is, trust me. But what I am saying is that, again, it gets to a point. I can't keep using this and that to excuse not doing anything because, in truth, a lot of people just won't accept that. And in yourself, if you won't accept that, why should anybody else? I've made plenty of excuses, some bullshit and some actually true. For example, school is kicking my ass, but in all honesty, it is also on me to kind of make a schedule and schedule out everything so that I will have time to do what I have to. Because regardless of what I have, regardless of anything that impedes me, life goes on. And I have to essentially do what I can to make sure that I survive and that my future will be okay. I have to cough one more time. But I essentially can't just impede my life, stop myself dead in my tracks for the sake of a lot. That made no sense, and I feel like it made no sense. Basically, what I'm saying is, I've done a lot. I have taken other people's bullshit on my back, on myself. And that has also caused me to not be able to do things because, quite frankly, well, you got anxiety and you got everything else, an overthinking mind and everything else. It kind of makes you not be able to function until things are resolved. Let's say you get into an argument with somebody. If you're kind of like me, until things are resolved, you won't even be able to function. You probably won't even be able to eat. That's not healthy, by the way. It's very unhealthy, and no one should be living their life that way. No one should be doing things that way, you know? I shouldn't be doing things that way. There are so many opportunities that I've missed out on, so many things that I could have done, but I just didn't because I was so worried about other things. I was so worried about losing people, family, friends, losing everything, that eventually I stopped myself in my tracks from doing anything else in fear. But what I've kind of have to learn how to do, and I hope y'all learn too, make sure that you put within your mind that people around you care. I say this because if people around you really care, they're going to be happy that you're making it. They're going to be happy that you're doing what you can. They won't be mad you won't be able to check up on them sometimes, because at the end of the day, so long as you're not neglecting them and you haven't completely disappeared out of their life, you realistically will still have them. Probably not as close, but you'll still have them. I should have put that in my head years ago. Maybe if I did, I'd probably be farther than I already am. Maybe if I had taken more risks, I'll be farther where I... Maybe if I had taken more risks, I would be farther in my career than I am. And yeah, not everything is on me. Some things are just out of my control. But for the stuff that's on me, at some point or another, I'm gonna have to take that flu medication one way or another. Like I was saying, for the things that are in my control, they're in my control. I have the ability to dictate how that goes, or how it should go, or how it shouldn't go. And quite frankly, that ability is amazing. The ability of free will to do whatever the fuck you want. So long as it's not illegal. I have to specify that. But just being able to do what you can and do what you want. For 17 years of my life, I've always wondered how far things would take me. How long would I live? Would I die early? Would I live old? Would I be able to accomplish a lot? And in all honesty, I have. But sometimes I feel like it's not enough, even when I have. I have a beautiful girlfriend who I love dearly. I have family members who care. I have this whole YouTube thing that would not be possible without you guys. So for some reason, y'all enjoy hearing my voice and enjoy the fuckery that I tend to bring. I've done everything that I can academically, everything that I've done YouTube-wise. I ain't a bad singer. And quite frankly, I've done, things that most other people haven't done in their years of living on Earth. Why my mind thinks I haven't done enough, I don't know. Maybe it's just pressure from others. Maybe it's just pressure I give myself. Who knows? But regardless, I just cannot live in this state of worry, panic, things that are detrimental to me, to say the least. This doesn't make any sense. Living like this is not gonna make any sense. It really doesn't. Living in constant fear, living like you have no control over your life and feeling like everybody else has more control over your life than you, it's not really a great feeling. It's a terrible feeling. Feeling like you wish you could know more, but you don't know how to. Feeling like you can't leave the bed. Feeling like things are going to collapse in on you. Feeling like you want feeling like you sometimes don't want to be on Earth anymore. It's not exactly the best feeling. I know I hate the feeling a lot because I do want to be alive and I do want to live. I don't want to die. At least not this early in the game. Maybe when I turn like 100 or something. Then I'll be content. Then I'll know I've done a lot, But as much as I know all of these things, for some reason my brain just isn't taking it in, And the smiling that you're seeing me do right now, the joking that you're seeing me do right now, in all honesty, it's kind of just how I've learned to cope with things. I've learned to just kind of smile through everything because, quite frankly, I don't know, I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. From as early as 5 years old, I've just been smiling. I've never learned not to smile. And it's just been that thing. You could low-key tell me the worst thing about myself and I'll probably start smiling in your face. I don't know how to control that. I just smile over everything, even when my life is going to shit. I don't know why I do it. I just do. But I understand that even though smiling and making jokes makes a lot of things better, it's not exactly the best way to cope with everything, because if I don't talk about my problems, if I don't deal with my problems, I don't know what else. If I don't deal with things properly, it's just not going to be beneficial towards me. And by the time I grow up and my brain stops developing and I become fully fledged adult, eventually I'll just be stuck in stasis, not being able to learn how to handle problems properly. The reason why I always preach to my friends and everybody around me that, change starts with you. You got to start from early. Is because the older you get, the harder it is to shake certain habits. If you're terrible at communication and it's been a problem since you were 15, if you let 10 years of your life pass with no change, you're going to still be terrible at fucking communicating. You're just going to be. If you don't know how to deal with your problems efficiently and you don't start early, they just become permanent instead of temporary. If things in your life that are negative and affecting you don't have to become this permanent thing, don't let it be. Take it from a guy who's let a lot of shit slide when, in all honesty, he should have crashed out on a few people. Not crash out and say horrible things, but definitely stand my ground and stand on business. Take it from a guy who's done that. It has not done any wonders for me at all. It has made my life a living hell, to say the least. Wait, what the fuck was the original point of the video again? Yeah, I think I remember the original point of the video now. The original point of the video is that if you don't need to make excuses for yourself, just don't. Don't get me wrong. Again, a lot of things happen. A lot of things you can't control. A lot of things you wish you could control. A lot of things are just, to say the least, completely fucked, and there's almost nothing you can do about it sometimes. But here's what you can control from what you can't. You can control your emotions. Unless something terrible happens, and then low-key, only God and God alone can help you control those emotions, honestly. But your emotions and how you react to situations, you can control that. Several things are within our control, but the issue is that some of us just don't know how to handle it. Some of us don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm definitely have to take that medication. But the things that aren't in your control, like the weather and other things like that, plans being ruined due to some circumstance that, just can't be controlled like that, that's out of your control, and that's okay. You don't have to control everything. You just need to control what you can control, Point is, as I said, I can't keep making excuses for myself, because what is the active point of doing that? It doesn't help anybody by me making excuses for myself, and it doesn't help me either. It just keeps me at standstill, not doing anything, and then just watching the world go by, just existing. That's not beneficial to me. It's not beneficial to anybody. So here's what I'm gonna do. Starting now, I'm gonna stop making excuses for myself. Whether it be YouTube or any other facet of my life. For starters, I am into movie reviews. Seriously, I actually am. I plan on making a separate channel for that. I actually plan on making a separate channel for that. Don't worry, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie reviews stay on this channel. But anything outside of the realm of Diary of a Wimpy Kid goes on the other channel. Based on the poll that I did, you guys basically said that, hey, so long as I do everything properly and it is good, you wouldn't mind subscribing and you wouldn't mind liking movie reviews or anything else I do outside the realm of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So, and a few of you said absolutely y'all would do actually anything. So, for those people who will support me in whatever I plan to do, there's a second channel for all of that will probably be in the description by the time this video is up. I'm not completely cutting Diary of a Wimpy Kid out of my life. I'm not. I like reading the LLBs. Some of them are really interesting, and I'm still working on videos. It's just that, my God, have I not had the time to record sometimes. However, I understand that it can't be this big facet of my life. It can't always be, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, because eventually you'll suffer burnout and just not want to do stuff. I've suffered burnout a few times. Doesn't mean I don't like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It just means that maybe I want to try my hand at something different. So I have another channel, which you guys have seen me post. You guys have seen me post stuff for I'm so sorry for the noise in the background, guys. But you guys have seen me post stuff from that channel before. It's called Accounts of Obviousness. Basically, it's a channel where I just yap about my feelings and yap about life. And based on the views, y'all like that too. So those two channels will be linked in the description. Also, I'm going to hold myself accountable and hold myself to the standard that even if it's one video, I'm not going to go a week without uploading something. Unless something happens, I'm not going to go that week. I actually have to take time to actually, do things right. Make a schedule or just handle things in my life better, because if I don't learn how to handle them better, it's going to affect me as I grow older. And I can't have that happen. And I don't want y'all to have that happen to y'all either. Understand that most of my audience is between the ages of 50 and 24. So I know for a fact that a few of y'all are not adults yet. So I know quite frankly that, yeah, they'll still have a lot of growing to do. So, quite frankly, y'all have that growing to do. Do what y'all can to make sure that, things go right for y'all. Do what y'all can to make sure that you don't have to suffer within the confines of your mind because of fear, anxiety, depression, whatever. Make sure y'all can do what you can do to make things right for yourself. I know I should have done that, and I will do that. My head hurts from coughing so much, man. Okay. I think that's all the yapping that I have to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go ahead and just do what I actually have to do as the adult I am now. Happy birthday to those who had their birthday. Happy birthday to myself. Enjoy y'all's life. Do what y'all can to make it the best life that you guys can make it. By the way, even with everything that I've said in this video, don't also stress yourself to death trying to be perfect. No one's perfect. And we're really not. No one's perfect. God did not make us perfect beings. He knows we ain't perfect beings. And I'm not saying don't hold yourself to a standard, but don't stress yourself trying to be this beacon of light. This thing that can't make mistakes. You will make mistakes. This is life. You will do that. Even with everything I've said, I know I will still make mistakes. I know I will still do that. But even with that, don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself into the point of a heart attack or stress yourself to the point of not being able to move. Just do the best that you can and be the best version of yourself. That's it. That's just it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.